Hi, this is my GE Whiz fan that I bought a couple years ago and did a restoration on it. I got it on Kijiji. I forget how much. I think it was 40 or 50 bucks I paid for it. And it had the electrical wire, original electrical wire wasn't on it, and somebody had put on a modern uh, power cord, but the power cord that they put in there wasn't safe because whoever wired it in, they uh, they just basically used some electrical tape just to hold it inside the motor housing. So I took it apart and cleaned it and re-oiled it and repolished the brass on it. And the hardest part I found of getting it off was the blade, because I guess over time this brass kind of oxidized and it kind of seized onto the shaft, even though there's a screw, a set screw right there that I was able to get out. So I ended up using a wooden spatula, and I just put it as close as I could to the shaft and hit the end of the wooden spatula with a hammer, and it popped this fan blade off. So I was able to take it apart, and I put this reproduction modern. This is modern electrical cord, but it's a antique reproduction. It's like a twisted pair. It's like cloth covered, but it's synthetic. And I also got this reproduction plug as well, and I put some heat shrink on here too. That's not really stock, but I just wanted to put some heat shrink on there just to hold it. And I think what I shall do also is it came just like this. Like there was nothing on the bottom. There was no felt on the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is got this. I think it's called masonite. It's really thin. It's like a thin particle board. It's like an MDF. I guess it's a thin MDF. And I just drilled some holes in it, and I'm going to put it on the bottom. And thinking of getting some brass screws, putting them through each of these holes, and then having this plate on the bottom and put some green felt underneath it. So because I find it has a tendency to kind of walk around from the vibration of the fan when it's on a flat surface. But what I'll do is I'll just put it on this cloth just so it doesn't move around. The whole body doesn't move around, and I'll just try give this a try again. I haven't used it for a while. I just wanted to get the bearings lubricated up again with the oil that I have in the oil cups. So I'm just going to turn it on, just plug it in here. Just let it spin down. I polish the blades with this, it's called Never Dull. And it's like a wool that's impregnated with wax. You just rub it on and I can get the lid off. Okay, here's here. And it's just, it's almost like a wool that's got wax in it. So you just pull off a piece and then just rub it on the brass and it puts wax onto it, and then you just take a cloth and polish it off. It's alright for temporary polishing, I noticed, but it's not really, it doesn't last a long time, but it's okay. So that's my GE Whiz fan.